All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about histograms. We're going to construct histograms and we're going to analyze histograms. So let's talk about constructing the histogram first. Now, just to kind of talk about what a histogram is. So a histogram is a pointer is not working. A histogram is it's almost like you're used to a bar graph. A histogram is something, here we go. Like this is the histogram. It's got intervals, equal intervals, and it shows the frequency or the number of times that something occurred within that interval. So on this first one here that we're going to construct, we're going to create intervals, and it looks like since we're going to go with what the table has, we are going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal intervals, okay? And we'll see what the frequency is for those. So let's start off. Our smallest number it appears is 53, and our largest is 99. Okay, so we're going to have to make equal intervals with that, and honestly, it doesn't quite matter. I'm going to go with the 50s, 60s, 70s. So in our intervals, let's say we've got from 50 to 59, so that's the 50s, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and 90 to 99. And that gets all of our numbers. And now we're going to count how many there are in each. So let's look for all the 50s. There is 1, 2 50s. So we put 2, because there's 2 of them. 60s, we have 1. That looks like it, just 1. 70s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 70s. 80s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so quite a few 80s. And 90s, sorry, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 90s. All right, so all we're going to do is create a histogram that goes all the way up to look like that. So number 50 to 59 should have a bar that goes all the way up to 2. Okay, we could color it in if we want to, but we don't have to. Okay, 60 to 69 goes up to 1. 70 to 79 goes all the way up to 4. To draw this one longer as well. Okay, 80 to 89 goes all the way to 6. It doesn't have to be a perfect straight edge. We're kind of just sketching it. It's okay. And 90 to 99 goes all the way up to 5. Okay. And there is our histogram. Okay. I'm not going to color it in on number 2. That's how you create it. All right, number 2, heights of players. I don't think we're going to want to go by 70s, 80s because they're all in 70s or 80s. We only have up to the number 7. All right, so our smallest number is 73, I think. And our biggest is 81. No, 82. Okay, so I'm going to start with the smallest number, which is 73. And I'm going to try to put just 2 numbers in each interval. I don't know if that'll work. We might have to erase and start over. So when I say 2 numbers, 70 to 74, that's 2 numbers, 73, 74. 75 and 76, 77 and 78, 79 and 80, 81 and 82, 83 and 84. That works out. I think that gives us everything we need. Okay, so 73 to 74, there's 1, 2, 75, 76, 1, 77, 78, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So quite a few of those. 79 and 80, there's 1, 2, 3 of those. 81 to 82, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. We are out of numbers, there's none of those. Okay, so 73 to 74. There's 2. I'm not going to box these at this time. 75 to 76. 1, 1. 77 to 78. There's 6. Kind of remember. I'm going to do it to the side here. 79 to 80. There's 3. 81 to 82. There's 5. And from 83 to 84, there's 0, so we don't have to put anything. So there's our histogram. Okay, let's talk about analyzing it. So use each histogram to answer the questions here. It says, how many classes have between 22 and 24 students? So here's 22 to 24. We're looking at frequency. This is 7. So the answer is 7 classes. Okay. Letter B. How many classes have less than 22? Well, less than 22 is this section as well as this section. 16 to 18 has 1. 19 to 21 has 3. So when we add those together, we have 4 classes. Okay. How many classes are included in this data set? And we're going to add them all now. We have 1, 3, 7, 5, and 2. So 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 7 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 2 is 18 classes. Okay. And last, what are some conclusions you can make about the distribution? Meaning, is this skewed? Is it symmetrical? You know, kind of what's going on here? What does this look like? It does kind of look symmetrical. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but it does look slightly symmetrical there. So that's what we're going to put. Symmetrical. Okay, try number 4 now. Okay, number 4, what is the most frequent occurring temperature range of this data set? So frequent means highest, so it's 49 to 51. It's the highest. Letter B, give a possible temperature for the warmest day in November. So here's the warmest. I'm going to say 64. You could have said 64, 65, or 66. It says give a possible. So it could have been 64, 65, or 66, okay? Letter C, how many data values are included? So 3, 8, 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. I'm going to add all those together and I'm going to get 30. Now, something you can notice it says daily temperature for November. That's 30 days. But we could also add them together and get 30. That's another way to check. And last, what are some conclusions you can make about the distribution of this data? So there's a lot of stuff here, but it kind of falls off to the right, so it's skewed right. Okay. Now that you have that, glue that to the appropriate page in your notebook.